Lakeland Now in View with Andrea Oliver is produced in partnership with Florida Southern College and is sponsored by Bella Visage Medical and Aesthetic Rejuvenation. Thank you for supporting independent local journalism.
You could say the gift of making others beautiful is her craft, but possibly her real passion is pointing others to the beauty that's within. Hi, I'm Andrea Oliver, and this is Lakeland Now in View. So excited today to be talking with my guest, who is a local businesswoman, an entrepreneur, a salon owner. I could even call her a community activist and a minister. Nedra Butler, it is so wonderful to have you in our beautiful studios at Florida Southern College. We've partnered with them for this season, and it has been going so wonderfully. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I know you grew up in this community. You're a native, a local girl, and I knew that there were some challenges even in the beginning. Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Well, my childhood, I was raised by a single parent. And with that single parent, I was able to see the motivation in her that gave me strength to endure. And ironically, my mom worked here at Florida Southern for 38 years, so
yes.
It was a blessing that she, that I am here today. And Andrea, as I was growing up, I have 4 other siblings, and I'm the what they would call the knee baby.
Yeah,
I'm the baby girl. So as I grew up, I began to see my mom struggle and work very hard to make sure that we had what we needed, but the foundation was there. She always put us in a place to know that God is our survivor. God is the one that would do all things for us. So my mom was a very strong, hard-working young lady. And one of the things that I got from my mom is to know that I cannot have anything if I'm not willing to work hard for it.
Work hard for it. Now, I know that a few years ago, Miss Mertz, we used to call her Mom Mertz,
yes,
passed away, and her influence in your life has been tremendous. What do you think her leading legacy would be? As you think of her, and I know you think of her fondly, what would you say that legacy is, not only for you, but the other siblings?
I think for us that the legacy that my mom has left us to know that love yourself, to always know that you are valuable and that your voice matters. And another thing that she left for us to teach us, showed us how to make sure that we love others and treat people the way that you want to be treated and love people right where they are. She was not judgmental. She was very, very honest about things. My mom was, very vocal.
Very outspoken.
Absolutely.
I had the opportunity to meet her, and
absolutely,
I know she was.
Absolutely, but she was a very strong, so what she left, she always, once she came into a building, you knew she was there. The love that she had. She always had something good and encouraging to say to someone. So she put that inside of us. And I think that because of that, we all are very confident. We walk in, we're a lot of confident. We believe in who we are, and we love each other.
Yes.
Yeah, so love would be, the ultimate thing would be the love that she left.
I know that over the years, you have done a number of things, and we kind of alluded to it at the top of the show. A businesswoman, an entrepreneur. You own a salon, and you spend a lot of time making women in particular beautiful. But I have seen you at work, and what I sense as I've had opportunities to watch you is that there is always something that you're trying to put in that is deeper than just face value. What is it that you think that so inspires you to have people feel more beautiful than what can be easily seen with the eyes?
I think one of the things that the gift that God has given me is the gift of discernment, and I believe that as women we need to feel good from the inside out. And I think that even on the outside, me taking care of your hair, that's just an image. But what is going on the inside is going to bring forth the beauty and the glow of who you are. So I think that one of the things that inspires me to want to help other women is because of some of the things that I went through in my childhood. And not knowing, coming out of the projects and not knowing the things that God had planned for my life. And looking around my surroundings and not seeing, where do I go from here? And because God gave me the opportunity to excel and do different things, my job now, I believe, is to help others be all that they can be.
Our guest today is Nedra Butler, and Nedra is a local businesswoman, a salon owner, a minister, an entrepreneur, and now a leader of people is what I would call it. It is one thing to be confident in your gifting and in what you studied in school. I know you are a graduate of Dudley's cosmetology. You've done a lot of work, both locally and nationally, training other people, how to make women beautiful. But you could have sat right there and have made an entire career out of doing that. What it was that inspired you, Nedra, to say, I want to be active in my community and I want to work in some of the social issues. I mean, some of the issues that are affecting people in the neighborhoods I live.
I think because I have a voice, and I think I do have the gift of influence. And I want to use it in the right way. I want to help others know that, listen, we can come out of this. No matter what situation, wherever you start, don't mean that's where you're going to have to end up. And I take things to heart. I'm a heart person. And when I see things that I feel that is not going right, I feel that someone is having challenges in other areas, and God has given me the gift to help bring that out of them, I think that that is my job to do it. I think that that is one of my assignments that God has given me. And if we don't do what we know that our assignment is to do to help others, who are we?
Yes.
And I believe this, that we're only as strong as our weakest link.
Yeah. So you've had a community of people, obviously, who have come alongside you to help you to recognize that gift on the inside of you.
Absolutely. I've had several people that have been a mentor to me that I've watched and I admired, and even from a distance, that have been played a major part in my life. And I'm not just saying this today, and you've been one of those people. Because we've sat and we've talked about so many different things, and we had conversations about things that, I would not normally have conversations with anybody about. And I think that one of the things that inspired me about you is that you accept me for who I am. I can be naked with you. In a lot of places, you cannot be that way. So I just think that a lot of people I've watched, I'm a person that I can look and learn.
Yes.
And I look at things from a distance, and I pick up on what I want and what I do not want. But it has been a lot of people that's been an inspiration in my life and have definitely helped push me to become the woman that I am.
Since we're talking candidly, we've shared in the past, and I know that you've had some challenges outside, and it might have stemmed from the childhood, but you've had some challenges and some choices that you've made in the past that weren't necessarily going to lead you on a path of being the woman you are today, but you did not allow that to keep you grounded in the failures. Talk to an individual today who might be facing some of those similar situations, Nedra, maybe come up against some of their very own challenges and just wondering, where do I go from here?
Absolutely. I think one of the main challenges that started with me even from childhood, that my mom was a single parent, my father wasn't there. So in that, me not having an absent father, it was hard for me to even have a level of respect for man.
Yeah.
And a lot of times as me growing up, I had a lot of challenges in that area, and I think that it has forced me to be a strong woman. It has forced me sometimes to act as I'm independent. And we all need somebody. Yes. Self-sufficient and independence is two totally different things. And I think that there's a lot of young women that are out there not really understanding who they are because they have not had that male figure to speak into their lives, even from a child, to let them know that they're beautiful, let them know that they're strong. Let them know that they can make it, and let them know what, right from wrong and what to expect from a man and what not to expect from a man. So I think that a lot of times that was one of my challenges. And as I was growing up, by not having that level of respect has caused a lot of different things happen in my life. I made some bad choices. And I want to tell somebody today, even if you make bad choices, no matter what you've done or how you've done it, just know that you can survive and you can come out of it. But you got to believe in yourself.
You have a daughter, and Raya is doing amazingly. I think is she a sophomore now?
Yes.
She's a sophomore doing really well in college. And when she looks at you, what are you hoping that she sees?
I hope that she sees someone that cares about, first and foremost, that love people and care about others' well-being. And I hope she see the strength that is in me and see that I've overcome some things and have worked hard to make sure that she didn't have to go through the same struggles that I've gone through. And one of the things that I did do, I worked very hard, even though I was a single parent, but I made sure that her and her father had a great relationship. Yes. And that was one of the main things. So I hope that she see me as, a mother that would do anything that I can to make sure that she gets the things that she needs. And also see me as one that loves people and a great leader.
You love people, and that love extends. outside, I think, of your immediate circle. You talk about your siblings, but you love people enough to point them, and I've seen you point your community and point the community in some areas. I remember years ago when you somewhat helped to spearhead a drive that was, you know, in our community, getting people to get HIV tested. Why is it important, Nedra, that you are not just only involved in your immediate family, but you want to see others flourish and you want to see the lives of others become better?
I believe because we're all in this world together. I am you, you are me. And once we get things in place, again, it's my assignment. I cannot do it. I mean, I think that's what gives me the drive, being able to help someone else. I don't rest well if I don't do what I'm supposed to do in someone else's life. And I believe that when God puts you in a place and brings somebody into your environment or into your circle, that is your job to do everything that you can to help them be the best that they can be.
Recently, you've gotten involved in helping with sending kids to school, and you've been involved in a drive to help kids as they're going back to school. What is it that you're trying to say to your community in that effort?
I'm saying to my community that we want to do everything that we can within our power to help our young people be all that they can be. A lot of times when you just know that someone cares about you, or somebody's interested in what you're doing, or somebody believe in you, that alone can help push it. If all of us can do a little something, they would be able to have everything that they need. So I think that me being a starter with that I believe this, that once you get something started, that others will add to it. So that's the main goal as far as helping them. And I also believe this, I'm a firm believer of this. Be not deceived, God is not mocked.
Yes.
Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. And the things that my mom has instilled in us and the seeds that she's sown, now we're reaping from it. And I want my daughter, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren to be able to reap from that same thing that I'm doing. So I'm planting seeds because that is the right thing to do. And also because that's what I want to do.
A few years ago, I know that I saw a transition, and I would read things and I would hear things, and I'm like, well, what is Nedra doing? I mean, she's preaching now? So tell me about that call and about the move more into the aspect of being a minister. See, I think that you have been a minister all along in your salon, but tell me about the public ministry.
Well, the problem is, I believe that it started because God has given me the gift of gab. That's one of the things. I believe that.
No.
I have the gift of gab. And when I was young, I always wanted to be an attorney. I tell my mama this all the time. I wanted to be a lawyer. I want to be an attorney. I want to speak. And I think God has just given me that voice. And how it came, even when with Dudley, as I began to travel all over the world to do international education, educator for Dudley products, what happened was God was setting it up then, and I did not know it. And then once he put me in the salon, as a salon owner, he put me in an environment to where I can set the atmosphere so that people can come in if they're broken. They could talk about whatever they need to talk about. And he has always given me the gift of wisdom, that I'm able to have the wisdom of knowing what to say and what not to say, and learning how to hold, having the confidence that people can trust you.
Yes.
And once that started happening, things just began to evolve, and I began to start ministering. I started out with the single ministry up under the leadership of Pastor H.B. Holmes, and when I started with the single ministry, God just continued to do it and began to travel all over just speaking life to others.
And what has been the most fulfilling thing about that aspect of what you do? Because I know when a woman looks in a mirror and goes, ooh, I like what I see, that there is a certain amount of fulfillment that comes from that. You've done your job, you've done well. What is the fulfillment that Nedra Butler gets when she's spoken to lives and know that a transformation has taken place?
Well, the fulfillment that I get, one of the things, Andrea, as we were talking about me as being a cosmetologist, I never thought there was anything else I wanted to do after I started doing that. And when it started coming to the ministry and I began to see a person, it's almost like a flower, just a seed being sown, and then you begin to see them blossom into that beautiful rose or a beautiful butterfly. It gives my heart joy to know that God had used me to help bring that person out or help them know who they are and help them shine. So it definitely, sometimes I just smile when I look back and I just see that God had used me to speak in someone's life, and then now they're doing what God has called them forth to do. So it's just, sometimes words cannot even describe, what I feel, but it definitely brings me a joy. It definitely brings me a joy. I look and I feel really, really good when I see someone do it.
You're balancing a lot of hats. Your mom, your friend, your auntie, your sibling. I've seen you in a couple of arenas with some of the younger generation. You're touching a lot of people in a lot of different ways. How do you find center? How do you find your place of stillness?
One of the things I do, I take care of Nedra. I definitely do that. I get massages. I take out time for me. And I believe this, I'm not great if I can't, I cannot make anyone else great if I'm not great. I can't help anyone else be well if I'm not well. So I do take a lot of time out for myself. I celebrate me.
There you go.
I celebrate me. That's one of the things that I stay focused on. I tell everybody, always celebrate yourself. And that's one of the things that I learned from my oldest sibling, Faith. She's now going on to be with the Lord. She's always told me, every week when you get paid, make sure you do something for yourself. So I always celebrate me. I do. I take a lot of time out with myself. My quiet time, you know, it seems like I'm a very, you know, I'm a busy person. I deal with people a whole lot, but when I'm home, I'm home.
Yes.
And that's my time.
What is next? Is there something that you feel like you would like to step into and you probably haven't quite gotten there yet, but things are aligning, so maybe you might eventually?
Yes. What is on the table right now, I just got certified about a year, well actually about a year ago, for life coach. So God is going to move me in that direction to help coach, you know, coach others to be all that they can be. And also God has put in my spirit to open up an exhale center.
What is that?
An exhale center is a place where people be able to come and just exhale. A place of solitude, you know, where it's quiet and, you know, they're able to come and just let their hair down, just a relaxing mode. So that's what, you know, that's what I have in my heart right now, that God is leading me to get to that place. So I'm working on life coaching. I'm already ministering. Actually, everything is still lining up because it's still in the same.
It's still in the process.
Absolutely. And everything is lining up. As far as the cosmetology, I got people sitting in the chair. I'm helping people. I'm ministering. Now life coaching, the Excel Center. So God is just doing some great things, and I'm excited about it.
Well, we're certainly excited that you're a part of our community. You're a bright light in the Lakeland and Greater Lakeland community. And we just want to thank you, Nedra, for all that you're doing to sow into the lives of so many people and to touch so many people and encourage you to continue. You're part of what makes Lakeland a great place to live.
Thank you.
And want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Lakeland Now in View. A reminder, our sponsors this year, support them. We're at Florida Southern College where we're doing this program, and so excited to be working with the team here, and we'll talk again real soon.
Thank you for supporting independent local journalism.